This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean
I'd like to have a
podcast.
bit of a tight ship at our house that everything's under control by the time you go to bed.
I mean,
Anyone
you
believe
like
that?
to.
Yesterday, when I got out of bed and I was just getting all my stuff organised in the morning, I walked down to the kitchen. I was just grabbing my drinks and my food and stuff, and I noticed that the back door was the sliding door wasn't shut properly. It was just a bit ajar. And I know that the kids have been going out later on, and I've gone to bed early with them, and I'm just thinking to myself, I've got to tell these kids to sharpen up because you can't go leaving everything open.
Can I say, as kids, when they don't close the door properly, it's like you've closed it. You've closed it 95% of the way, and the other 5% you couldn't do. It's puzzling, isn't it?
No,
but we all used to do it. What were we doing?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't we just close the door?
On that same, in that same
Low priority.
Yeah, I go to the kitchen. The dishwasher is right next to the sink, right?
Yeah.
And the bastards put their plates in the sink and walk off.
I know.
Yeah.
How hard is it to just open the drawer and put it
But
in?
I remember back as
impossible.
a teenager, Sean.
Impossible.
It's so hard.
It is.
Impossible.
And then when you ask them to do that, give you this look like, oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
He just wanted to get it off his chest.
Yeah, anyway, so after that, I packed all my gear and I started to head up to the front of the house and saw the dog, our German Shepherd, which is a large German Shepherd. He's inside. Now, he's an outside dog.
He normally sleeps in the garage,
Yep,
right?
he sleeps in the garage.
Yes.
And I always think, there's no one coming into our house because I've got a large German Shepherd who barks at everybody coming
When you
in.
say like, no, Rex is massive.
He's a big-
he looks
he's a
like
big
a
unit.
bear. He's
Yeah.
gigantic.
Yeah. So anyway, he's inside. The door is shut. It's not locked. So I then open the garage to go into
He's
the
living
garage
his
to
best
drive
life,
out.
by the
He
way.
is.
Yeah.
And the bloody garage door is completely up. The light is on in that area, and my wife's car has got two doors open. The centre console's been rifled through, and then she had some dry cleaning, she had some clothes in there she was going to drop off to the Good
Donate.
Sammys and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we all have those bags.
So,
yeah.
Sean, was anything taken from the car?
There was no monetary or I'm not sure. She hasn't really checked properly of what value, but I just know that there was no wallets and
purse or
keys
bag,
in
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
What I'm more concerned about was all the things that you borrowed off the neighbours still there.
I don't know. I haven't looked actually to see if any of the other stuff had been taken.
Yeah, because you just
Actually, I have not even
thought
looked.
about the car, but what about everything else in that garage?
Yeah, not at all. But I was driving to work. I only told Megan this last night when we were in bed, and she just started.
So if they get
Firing
in,
up.
if they, as they could walk into the garage because the garage door was
Yeah.
open, then is that you've got a door at the back that just leads straight into your house, presumably?
Yeah, and
no one
normally,
locks that
no
door.
one's been locking it
No,
lately.
well you don't because the garage
the
door
garage door, so you can't get
is
into
normally
that area
down.
anyway.
And there's
So-
a gigantic German Shepherd.
You're not going to get past him. But in all the levels, the door was open.
Yeah.
The dog was locked away. The door to the house was open. The back door was open. We're just inviting people to come in and just
You
steal
are.
all that stuff.
You
Because
are.
people will break into a house, sure, but when it's open,
Yeah.
like, why not?
Yeah, that's right.
Like, literally, if
There's-
I'm not a thief, I'm walking past and someone's door is open, I'll go and have a look. What do you mean?
They might have some sliced turkey.
Yeah, exactly. Go in, have a look around. No, this is nice. Go there, watch you while you sleep for a bit, you and Megan.
you know,
Maybe draw you.
film it, put it on TikTok.
Ali, are you a stickler for security at your home?
Yeah, I love to lock the doors.
You do?
Locker.
My dad is terrible. He's got a padlock on every room. Like,
Yeah,
like
okay.
a deadbolt on every
But he's got
room.
treasure.
That's to
because
keep
he's got
Marlene
treasure.
out of most of them, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's insane. It's like he's guarding the Queen's jewels, and it's like it's not just piles of crap. You're
Whereas
safeguarding piles and piles of
Sean's
crap.
leaving the garage door up and just saying with a
Turning
neon
the
sign
lights on and
saying,
everything.
come in. We want to
my
know if you've been
God.
making it easy for the robbers. Hello, Sophie.
Good morning. How
How
are
you
you?
going, Soph?
Great, Soph. Okay, what happened?
I got home actually this week and the garage door was wide open. My husband had left it open from 6. It was 4. I run a business and I have easily $10,000 worth of stock in there. His golf clubs. He's just
Sophie.
spent a fortune on tools, all
Yeah.
there.
Oh, tools.
All there. All there.
Nothing was taken, but I thought, well, it's his fault. I'm going to play with him. So I decided to take just a few of his golf clubs and hide them just to teach him a lesson. I'm like, I don't think anything's gone missing, but you have a look. He's like, my golf clubs.
That's
got it.
great.
You know what? Most crimes are opportunistic, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you are thank God that no one in that time that was a criminal had
Yeah,
walked
was
past
walking
your
around.
house.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
God.
So where do you live again? You got
Yancha.
a lot of- yeah, but what's
No,
the
the
address?
actual address. And what exactly is this $10,000 worth of stock, and how easy is it to move on Gumtree?
Well, we need a trailer.
Just a couple
Anyway,
of quick questions.
we'll get this stuff off you. Hold there.
Yes, so thank you. Stephen, hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey,
Good,
Stephen.
buddy. Did you make it too easy for the criminals?
Yeah, I left my keys in the ignition of my car in the shops.
Oh,
And
did you
wait, there,
go?
firstly, what car have we got?
I had a I-30 at the time.
Yeah,
An
okay.
I-30.
what
Yeah, no.
Red
shops?
I-30.
Not shops. Yeah, that's important.
Carousels.
Okay.
Car park.
And was it still there when you got back?
Yeah, it was.
Well, there's a miracle.
Well, what do you have to do to get your car stolen these days?
Easy. You just park it in Morley. That's where I shop. Every time I can't leave, I'm surprised it's still there.
That's why Nathan's always driving a different car. Good on you, Steve. Thanks, buddy. Louise is in Gosnells. Hello.
Hello.
Gosnells. There'd be no
Hello.
crime there,
There's
Louise,
no crime there.
surely.
No way.
Oh, look, I've moved down in the world a little bit. I was in South Perth when it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So back in 1999, and I moved out for the first time with a girlfriend. And then basically one night, it was a bit like a Melrose Place set up. You've got all the apartments with the pool and everything.
Oh,
in the
that's
middle.
cool.
Great.
Yeah, and we had a party upstairs, and we were on the ground floor. And I stayed up there till about 3 a.m., but my friend went back down and passed out at about midnight and had proceeded to leave our back sliding door ajar.
Mm.
And because we're on the ground floor, our gate was near the entrance where there's no security. The security gate is further up.
Yep.
So someone's just let themselves in, turn on all the lights, rummaged through all our stuff, stole my SLR camera, my car keys, and my mobile phone. Nothing of hers. And proceeded to drive my car, went and filled up my car
Oh, that's
with
nice.
petrol and drove it like 700 kilometres over the week
Oh.
and found it in Cannington.
Oh, wow. So they went on a bit of an adventure. They had some chores to do.
700 Ks in it.
700 Ks on it.
Yeah, it's just so unlucky. When we were living in Northbridge this time, we used to leave the front door open all the time. And we had the front door open one day and then close, and then later on open and then close again. And we're like, wait, no one's, in Pippa's bedroom, which is at the front. So we go into Pippa's bedroom, and all that was missing, and she had a laptop and everything there, was one pair of thongs.
Yeah, somebody just needed some footwear to get home.
And they were next to like brand
Yeah.
sneakers and stuff lined up, and they took
Obviously,
a pair
they
of
weren't trying to get into a club.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Louise.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We are talking about the concept of overcompensating to tradies and people that are doing services for you. Like, you're super nice to them
Yep.
so that they don't get revenge on you.
Yes, and that's the thing that Claire Hooper was talking about yesterday on the show. She was worried about hate trash being put in the walls because she thinks that if tradies are displeased with you, they put things in your walls that will later on smell.
Couple of
so
fish.
if there's a tradie out there that can confirm or deny that happens,
It might not just be the smell, it might just
13,
be
24, 10.
bad juju as
maybe
well.
just be, yeah.
Sue's in Frio, hello.
Good morning.
Hey,
Sue,
Sue.
what have you got for us?
We built a house about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning I'd take morning tea, smoke over my tradies.
Mm-hmm.
And if the tradies were there for the whole week, they'd get a 6-pack on the Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
adds
good.
a bit to the cost of their bill, doesn't it?
I always used to think when we were bringing the Terps around that how these bastards going to drive home.
So as Nat said there, Sue, there is a cost, but do the benefits outweigh the cost, what you get back in return?
I think so. We actually had some of the tradies turn up on the weekend just to finish the
Yes.
job.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
because this is the thing, isn't it?
And the builder actually gave us access to start putting in like the lawn and the backyard garden and stuff.
Yeah.
So when we did move in, it wasn't just a sandpit.
Oh, that's good.
I reckon it.
It paid.
It- yes,
You know what it
paves
is?
the way.
If I was a tradie, right, I would get really excited if the person's house that I was working on, if they walked out with a tray of sandwiches.
Yeah.
Just imagine that tray of sandwiches. So
It's
we've got
just
some
the
egg,
simple
we've got some
things,
ham,
isn't
we've
it?
got some, you know what I mean? Because when someone just gives you a sandwich you haven't made by yourself, isn't it great?
You do love a sandwich.
I love a sandwich.
Do, yeah, more than most.
Thanks, Sue. Great chat, everyone. Lawrence is in Balcatta. Hello.
Good morning, how are we doing?
Good.
What
Now,
we doing,
Lawrence,
Lawrence?
Lawrence.
you've got the tradie side of this. We're very intrigued to talk to you. What have you got for us?
Yeah, so I did, as you can tell by my accent, I'm from Dublin, Ireland, so I did my apprenticeship there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going to a house It's a rich suburb in Dublin, and the lady was a nightmare, like from start to finish. What time are you getting here? Wipe your feet. I said to her, "Can I use your toilet?" She goes, "Absolutely not. You can go down to the pub." Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Oh, but were you planning on laying some cable in the toilet or what?
No, I was going to check the plumbing because I was a plumber.
Yes. Right, so she sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. She was a bleeding nightmare. So, long story short, my boss says to me on the last day, he goes, just pack everything up, put it into the van. And I says, yeah, no dramas. So I did that, and 5 minutes later he comes into the van, and, you know, we're driving down the road, and he's just laughing, just giggling to himself like a little child. And I was like, what are you laughing at? And he goes, I got her good. And I was like, what did you do? And he goes, look down at my feet. And I was like, okay. So we pulled up the legs of his trousers.
Yeah.
And he'd one sock on. And I was like, where's your other sock? He goes, I had to wipe my arse some way.
And then what did he do with it? Where did he put it?
It's just in the dunny.
The sock go.
No, he went up into the attic to do it, left it there, so it'll be nice and fermented, and she wouldn't know where the smell was coming from.
Oh, hey, that's good.
See, be nice to your tradies. There's the lesson there.
Absolutely.
Don't
yeah.
be a nightmare.
No, don't be. Yeah. There you go.
You know,
Lawrence, it's a cautionary tale.
Well,
Exactly.
you can do whatever you like.
And did.
You can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
Backing one out in the roof there, Nath.
Wow.
Thank you, Lawrence.
I wouldn't have just put it in the attic, though. I would have put it in the air conditioning.
Right, I get it.
It was Dublin, though. They mightn't have
They
had
might
it.
not.
Yeah,
Or the heating. That would have really...
Yeah, the heating would have really
the
put it on.
heating.
That's nasty.
Anyway, that's why Lawrence had to leave Ireland.
Yeah, clearly.
Ruby's at East Frio. Morning, Rubes.
Morning.
Hi,
Okay, Ruby. What have you got for us?
So it's not a tradie, but my grandma actually cooks sweets and treats for all of her doctors. So whenever she goes for an appointment, she takes a little tray of goodies with her.
Smart,
That
because
is
this is
so
what happens,
nice.
right? So normally you ring up the doctor and say, I need to see a doctor, and they're like, we haven't got anything till Thursday week.
Yeah.
They will find a spot for her, guaranteed.
Well, to be honest, the
Right?
doctor's office will probably cold call her and say,
Yes.
are you
You
sick
need to
today?
come in.
Because I forgot my lunch.
We don't have any morning tea.
So what's some of the things on the menu?
It's mostly, so she makes baklava.
yum.
Yes.
So she takes that all the time, but it's actually got to a point where some of the doctors have started cooking in return for her. So there's a little trade system going on.
That is so good, Ruby.
That is so good and so smart.
And what are the benefits? Like Natalie was saying, they might get
They
her in
find
a
you a
last minute
spot.
appointment.
Yep.
But what is she reaping from this relationship?
Well, I reckon Natalie's spot on. I reckon when she needs an appointment,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
fit her straight in.
Yeah.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We know you've got really sharp reflexes, but sometimes they work against you when something's falling or you just go and pick it up and it's dangerous, like a cactus with a whole heap of spines
Yeah.
embedded in your palm.
Yeah.
Bad news.
You don't grab it by the pointy bits.
No, you don't.
Hey, James.
Hi, how you going, guys?
Good, James.
James, are you calling us from Dunsborough?
No, mate, I actually drive up and back 3-4 days a week to Perth for our business is up in Perth. So,
Oh, wow.
I live in
you,
Dunsborough.
you commute from Dunsborough.
Yeah, mate, yep.
Yeah, well, Blinder does the same at
Yeah,
the shop,
best
the
of
general
both
store.
worlds, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, so going into this, we sort of hate you because you live in Dunsborough and
Yeah.
we want to. So anyway,
What happened?
Yeah, so I was unloading a truck at one of our warehouses and had a guy delivering some bedding to us. Had a set of side rails for a bed that was leaning up against the side of his truck. I've turned around to walk away and I don't know, spidey senses told me something was fallen behind me, so I've spun around and this rail box had fallen, went to grab it and it's torn the muscle off my bicep.
Oh, yeah.
So you tore the tendon off the
Tendon.
bone, yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty hectic, hey.
Oh,
It's still all bunched up now, so it's still never been the same.
Did
So
you
what
get,
happens
did you
is
get
the muscle
surgery?
then comes
Yeah.
comes
it's
right
all
up like
bunched
that.
up
Yeah.
like a sock stuck up in your
Yes.
pants.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It was insane.
James, did you have surgery?
No, I didn't, mate. No.
Oh,
toughed
no
it out.
wonder. That looks so gross.
Yeah, it does, mate.
Oh, sure, that looks so gross.
Oh, no, but I've seen them when they've
Well,
been
you-
operated on. They still look
You
weird
lose-
as.
Yeah.
And you lose strength,
Think about
obviously.
that.
You can't use your bicep properly.
James, not a thing that I have to worry about. I have nothing to bunch up.
Long
Be
wrists.
like,
As
just
you
like
say.
a shoelace.
It wouldn't be. That would look like a pimple.
Good on you, James. Thanks, buddy. Sarah's in Coburn. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great,
good,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Okay, did you instinctively grab or catch something?
I did. This was a few years ago. At the time, I had 3 young children and I had brand new carpet. So I was quite protective of the carpet. Anyway, I had gone back to work part-time and I was there in front of my classroom teaching. One of the kids walks up to me, Miss, I don't feel well. She's green in the face. Next minute, projectile vomit just comes out and my instincts just went into override. Grabbed forward, grabbed and caught the vomit, ended up all in my hands, all
Did you?
over my face.
That is a mother's instinct
Well
to
done,
protect
Sarah.
her carpet.
But this was the school carpet, so this wasn't even new carpet. This
no.
was really
But you were
worn
just-
old
yes.
carpet.
But it was just in your brain at the time. Got to protect the carpet at all costs.
Any
was.
carpet.
You caught
Yeah,
a
vomit's not
child's
going anywhere.
vomit. Sweetheart.
I
Just
mean,
sit with that for a
If
second.
only that was a skill that you could transfer into making some money out of. Do you know what I mean? Because you deserve it.
God, no one.
That's amazing.
No one catches spew like Sarah.
No,
they say.
that's what they
mate.
say. Spewy hand, Sarah. Thanks, Sarah. Maddie's in Southern River. Hello.
Hey, morning. How are we?
Hey, good, Maddie.
bud.
Maddie.
Okay, what happened to you?
So I was 18. I just finished school and I was studying chefing, and our teacher was teaching us how to sharpen our knives.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as I've passed him my knife that he was using me as an example, he sort of like banged it on the side of the table, and when it dropped, just put my hand down to grab it, caught it by the blade, and you know, chefing knives, they're razors.
Yes.
So it sliced straight into my middle finger, straight through the tendon, and now that I had surgery, not long after, the surgeon came in and said, doesn't look too flash, we're hoping it'll heal.
Yeah.
But it didn't, so now whenever I'm walking around and hold something, I'm giving somebody the finger. So I apologise.
Oh, you got a nub.
Finger from me. It stands at attention 24/7.
Yes.
Oh, stands
No,
for
no,
attention.
no,
you
you
can't
can't
bend
bend
it.
it.
You can't
Because
bend
of the
it.
tendon.
Yeah.
Cannot bend my middle finger, so if I'm ever carrying anything, it looks like I'm giving someone the finger.
You don't ever want to get done for anything and then be on TV leaving
Yes.
court because people are going to think that you're
Yes.
being an asshole to
And
them.
yeah, unrepentant. Yeah.
Maddie.
If I'm on TV leaving court, I think the finger's the least of my problem.
Well, hey, Maddie, talk us about your life. What would you be in for?
He's an upstanding citizen. Pulling the finger at the cops, obviously, is a problem.
Hello, Mandy.
Hi.
Hey,
Morning,
mate.
Mandy.
Okay, what happened, Mandy?
Well, it's Christmas Eve, and my tradition is to have a few bottles of champagne on Christmas Eve.
Oh, why wouldn't
no,
you?
that's a very good tradition. Yep.
So I'm in a bottle of Dom and decided to glaze the ham.
Yeah.
Full big ham, got the rind off, I'm scoring it, and, you know, it's a bit slippery, and the knife falls, and I instinctively just put my leg out to catch the knife.
Your
Leg, yeah.
Mandy.
I do that with glasses
I've done
sometimes.
that.
when
I've
they're
done that
falling.
with scissors, and
Yeah,
they've
do
never
it all the time.
the sharp bit never got me. So what happened? How did that end up?
So I've looked down and gone, well, that's not good. I've got a knife stab in my calf, and put my hand over it. Hobbled to the front door and yelled out to my husband for a little bit of a hand, and he thought I just wanted him to put the ham in the oven or something.
I need a hand.
Of
It
course.
sounds like you're saying I need a ham. Yes.
So, yeah, and he's just like looked at it and gone, nah, you're going to have to figure it out yourself, and thrown a bandage at me. And I just sat down, put my leg up and kept drinking my bottle of Dom.
Can I just say something, Mandy? I
Yeah.
read an article yesterday that made worldwide news that Bradley Cooper, who is dating Gigi Hadid, he opened up a car door for her, right? So that made worldwide news. You had a knife in your leg and your partner said, take care of it yourself.
Yeah, here's a Band-Aid.
Bandage.
Here's a Band-Aid, yeah.
Like, what more do you
Chuck
want?
it on. You're good to go,
Chivalry is
Mandy.
dead.
Oh, Mandy, that's beautiful. But I mean, at least you had champagne to fix
Yeah,
it.
and Dom,
Dom
by the
Perry.
way,
Yeah,
doing
you
well.
fancy. Matt's in Rockingham. Hello.
How you going?
Good,
Hi,
man.
Maddie. Okay, what happened?
I had my vasectomy a couple of weeks ago, and 2 days afterwards, I dropped the folder and instantly went to catch it.
Yeah.
And as I was going to catch it, everything in my body said, nah, not happening today, and dropped me to the floor in the middle of office work.
As simple as a folder.
And a folder, you absolutely can let that land on the ground. Do you know what I mean?
But I thought, wait there, how are you going to hurt yourself with the folder?
No, that's how. Because
Matt, that's so I'm cringing
Yes.
already. So many people say, "Oh, it's a piece of cake getting a vasectomy," and then there's the other half who go, "Nah, this is just not good at all.
Going through it was fine. I was a little bit uncomfortable for a few days afterwards, but 2 days later trying to catch a folder, and considering it's only A4 folder, I was sitting there on the floor and my boss was laughing at me.
No sudden movements.
So, Matt, is it even just as hard to get up from that position sitting on the floor in office works after a vasectomy?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was not great. The boss was laughing at me for 30 seconds before he thought he'd try to help me.
Why, by giving you a frozen piece? Or?
Laugh first, then help. That's the way it goes.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.